Hi, I'm Pamela Poole, and I live an amazing life as an artist and an author. Sometimes I get to combine those two creative loves in my life, art and writing, and this week I got to do that by the release of my fourth novel, Landmark. It is the fourth in the Painter Place Saga. I do have 3 other books in that saga and 3 legends in that saga, all on my author profiles online if you'd like to check those out. Great beach reading if you've got a summer reading list, because they happen on an island, on a beach, and it's a fictional setting that would be somewhere around Pawleys Island if you're familiar with the South Carolina coastline. This is a part of a larger painting. My book designer puts the whole painting on the back of these books on an easel. I thought that was very creative of her to do that. She also includes the sunflower motif on each book, and it stands for something in each novel. So don't think of it just as a decoration, the standard that comes every time. In each book, there is some meaning for that sunflower, and I leave that as a little thing that readers can go looking for. The tagline for this book, Landmark, Painter Place Saga 4, is a daydream, a dance, a dangerous rendezvous. And it is, although there are other romances going on in the summer of 1960 when this novel takes place, there is a main romance that goes on that is complicated, as aren't they all, right? And this one, Wyeth Painter, the next heir to the island, thinks he's going to live a bachelor's life, and you will find out within the pages of the book why he thinks that. But he has an unexpected encounter teaching an art workshop in London that his dad has sent him to. And he finds out that someone that has upended his heart and created chaos in his life is actually the daughter of a fearsome international spy, and that has brought them together. And this also brings up a barrier because he wants to protect Painter Place from someone who might bring chaos, shady characters, all manner of dangerous things with her to the island, someone coming to look out to get her, basically. So I thought I would read you a brief excerpt from within the pages of the novel, because online on my author profiles, when you get to peek into the book, you can only see the beginning, and that's not going to tell you a whole lot. You really have to get into a book to get a good bite of it. So I'm going to read just a very brief excerpt to you that I hope will give you a little taste of the book. And I'm not sure how great a reader I am, but I don't think that you will mind if I just give you a few paragraphs to get you into the book. All right, here goes. In this scene, Wyeth and Chrissy are in a hotel lobby in London. She sniffed, hanging on to his description and anticipating what came next. His hand trembled when he passed it over his brow. Then he sent a furtive glance around. "Chrissy, I don't know what to say." Chrissy's voice choked. "He revealed himself to you, knowing you'd tell me. Do it." Wyeth reached for her hand and kept his voice low. He was almost in the dark, ready to melt into it on a nearby yacht at the wharf. He wore a cap and dark clothing, nothing remarkable, but his eyes, he had the eyes of a man who lives a secret life, trained to do whatever it takes to do whatever his job is. He was grieving, Chrissy. He loved your mother, and he made sure her killer came to justice. Silent tears wandered down her face, and she swallowed before trying to speak. "Thank you," she said hoarsely. She pulled her hand from his and brushed it across her face to dry the tears. Backing up, she rasped, "I should go now. It's after midnight, and I have an early flight." Wyeth stood awkward and off-kilter again. "Of course. I'm sorry about upsetting you, about how things turned out." She nodded and took another step away, out of his reach. His heart ached, wishing for yesterday, when he thought his dreams might come true after all. "Goodbye, Chrissy Carnet," he uttered, taking a hesitant step toward her. "No, Wyeth, not goodbye. Good night. Have you forgotten? Lucinda Gregory invited me to visit the island for the island summer dance." My dad just told me he wants me to be there. In the sumptuous formal gown he'd admired all evening, Chrissy Carnet walked out alone into the middle of the night with the same dignity and poise she modeled the first time he'd ever seen her. Wyatt stared at the door. He had no chance to tell her not to come to Painter Place because he was protecting it from her. And so there is your taste of the challenges that happen at Painter Place. Even an idyllic island that you own can be a very complicated place to be and a very hard place to live. And that's all I have for you today. I thank you so much for joining me with my new release of Landmark Painter Place Saga Book 4. And you do not have to read it in sequence with these as the fourth one. In fact, since this one is 1960, you'll want to start with this one. Painter Place is 1985. Hugo is 1989, almost 1990, when the historic Hurricane Hugo hit the coastline in Charleston. And then Jaguar is in 1995. And I'm not through with the Painter Place Saga, so hang in there and keep on watching. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful summer. Bye.